In our today's lecture, we are going to discuss about another water-soluble vitamins. In our last lecture, we were discuss about thiamine, what are the water-soluble vitamins, and we were discuss about the thiamine. Today, we are going to discuss another water-soluble vitamin, which is riboflavin. What is riboflavin? Riboflavin is also known as vitamin B2, is one of 8 B vitamins. All B vitamins helps the body to convert the food into fuel, which is glucose, and that fuel is used to produce energy. These B vitamins often referred to as B complex vitamins also helps the body metabolize the fats and protein. B complexes vitamins are necessary for a healthy liver, skin, hair, and our eyes. They also help the nervous system function properly. All the B vitamins are water soluble, meaning the B does not store them. Now we are discussing the functions of the riboflavin. Riboflavin, like thiamine, basically serve as a coenzyme in many different diverse and versatile reactions of the body. Most in the release of the energy from nutrients in all body cells. The coenzyme forms of riboflavins are flavin mononucleotide, which is also known as FMN, and flavin adenine dinucleotide, which is also known as FAD. Both coenzyme forms of the riboflavin can accept and donate to hydrogen. These both forms of coenzyme forms of riboflavin can accept the hydrogen and donate the hydrogen. During the energy metabolism, flavin adenine dinucleotide picks up the two hydrogen from the TCA cycle, which is also known as tricarboxylic acid cycle, and delivers them to the electron transport chain. In addition to producing energy for the body, vitamin B2 works as an antioxidant, fighting damaging particles in the body, which is known as free radicals. Free radicals can damage the cells of the body. Free radicals are highly reactive, and these free radicals can damage the DNA and may contribute to the aging processes as well as the development of a number of different health conditions such as heart diseases and cancers. Antioxidants such as riboflavin can fight free radicals and may reduce or help prevent some of the damage they cause, because antioxidants reduce and lose their electron and reduce the damage of the body. Riboflavin is also needed to help the body change vitamin B6 and folate into forms it can use. It is also very important for the growth and the red blood cells production. It plays very important role in the production of the RBCs and very imperative for the growth. Many healthy individuals who eat a well balanced diet maybe get enough riboflavin. Elderly peoples, aged individuals, and people who are alcoholics may be at risk for riboflavin deficiency because of the poor diet. Riboflavin plays very important functions in the body, like thiamines RDA. Riboflavins RDA is based on its role in enzyme activity. Recommendation intake of riboflavin and other nutrients are provided in the dietary references intake, which is basically developed by the Food and Nutrition Board at the Institute of Medicine of the National Academics. Dietary reference intakes is the journal term for a set of references value used for planning and assessing the nutrient intake of healthy individuals. These values, which vary by age and gender, include these values include RDA, which is stands by recommended dietary allowances. Recommended dietary allowances is the average daily level of intake sufficient to meet the nutrient requirements of nearly all the healthy individuals, around about 97 to 98%, used to plan nutritionally adequate diets for individuals. Another value which is fall under the dietary reference intakes are adequate intake. Adequate intake are the intakes at the level is assumed to ensure the nutritional adequacy, established when evidence is insufficient to develop an recommended dietary allowances. And other terminology which is estimated average requirement and other value of dietary references intake. Estimated average requirements are the average daily level of intake estimated to meet the requirements of healthy individuals, nearly all 50%. Not for all healthy individuals. These value estimated to meet the requirements of 50% of healthy individuals. Usually used to assess the nutrient intake of the group of the individuals and plan the nutritionally adequate diet for them. Estimated average requirement can also be used to assess the nutrient intake of individuals. Also used to uh, these estimated average requirement also used to assess the nutrient intake of group of the individuals, but also used to assess the nutrient intakes of individuals. Understand? And other value which is fall under the dietary references intakes include the tolerable upper intake level, which is the UL. These value is maximum daily intake unlikely to cause the adverse health effect. But a recommended dietary intake for riboflavins are for male and females are vary from birth to 6 months. Recommended dietary allowances for male is zero point 0.3 milligram and zero point 0.3 milligram also for female. With the age of 7 to 12 months, recommendation for male is the zero point 0.4 milligram and zero point 0.4 milligram also for female. And with the age of 1 to 3 years, riboflavin recommendation for the female is zero point 0.5 mg and for the male is also 0.5 mg. And with the age of 4 to 8 years, riboflavin recommendations for male and females are equal, which is zero point 0.6 milligram. And with the age of 9 to 13 years, riboflavin recommendations for the male and the females are also equal, which is 0.9 to 0.9 milligram. And by the age of 14 to 18 years, riboflavin recommendations for the male is 1.3 milligram and for the female is 1.0 milligram. And with the age of 19 to 50 years, the riboflavin recommendations for the female is 1.1 mg and for the male is 1.3 milligram. What is the food sources of vitamin B2? The greatest contribution of riboflavin comes from milk products, dairy products, whole grain or enriched breads and cereals. Also are also very valuable sources because of the quantity typically consumed. When riboflavin sources are ranked by nutrient density, many dark green leafy vegetables such as spinach, turnip, broccoli appear high. Foods that are particularly rich in riboflavin include the eggs, organ meat like kidneys and liver, lean meats and milk. Some vegetables also contain the riboflavin such as greens, leafy greens, vegetables, turnip greens, spinach and broccoli. Grains and cereals, I was tell you, are also good source of the riboflavin. This graph basically shows the vitamin B2 contribution of foods. You can see here red bar which indicates the meats. Meats are the best good sources of the vitamin B2, in which organ meats are highest sources of the vitamin B2. Brown color bars shows the legumes, nuts and seeds, which gives also the small amount of the vitamin B2. White colored bar show the milk and milk product. We can see here milk and milk product shows the sufficient amount of the riboflavin, which means that milk and milk products are the good sources of the vitamin B12 and contribute the greatest source of the vitamin B2. And blue color bar shows the fruits. We can see that fruits also gives the sufficient amount of the riboflavin. And green color bars shows the vegetables, and vegetables also contribute the good sources of the vitamin B2. Another colored bar is yellow colored bar which shows the breads and the cereals. And bread and cereals, not all bread and cereals gives the B2. Cornflakes which are fortified and white whole wheat flour give the sufficient amount of the vitamin B2. Many vegans and vegetarians individuals who do not use the milk must rely on ample servings of dark greens and enriched grains for the riboflavin. Yeast is another good source of the vitamin B2. Ultraviolet light and irradiation can destroy the riboflavin. For these reasons, milk is sold in cardboard or opaque plastic containers and precautions are taken when vitamin D is added to milk by irradiation. Riboflavin is stable to heat, so cooking does not destroy the riboflavin, but ultraviolet rays can destroy the riboflavin of milk. Here is another water-soluble vitamin which is niacin. Niacin is also called vitamin B3. Naturally found in some foods, added to foods, and also sold as a supplement. The two most common forms of niacin in food and supplements are nicotinic acid and nicotinamide. The body can also convert the tryptophan, which is an amino acid, to the nicotinamide. Tryptophan is an amino acid. Body can convert the tryptophan into the nicotinamide. Niacin is unique among the B vitamins in that the body can make it from the amino acid tryptophan. To make 1 milligram of niacin requires approximately 60 milligrams of dietary tryptophan. To make the 1 milligram of niacin, body requires the 60 milligram of dietary tryptophan. 60, which means that 1 milligram of niacin is equal to the 60 milligram of dietary tryptophan. The body convert the tryptophan into the nicotinamide. Niacin is a water soluble, so that excess amount the body does not need are excreted in the urine. Niacin works in the body as a coenzyme with more than 400 enzymes depend on it for the body different various reactions. Niacin helps to convert the nutrients into the energy, create the cholesterols and fats, create and repairs the DNA and exert the antioxidantal effect. The body's two coenzyme forms of niacin is the NAD, which is nicotinamide, adenine dinucleotide, and another form is NADP, which is phosphate form of nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. We can also say that NADP is the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Niacin can be eaten, performed, or made in the body from its precursor tryptophan, which is one of the B vitamin. These two coenzyme form of the niacin participate in numerous metabolic reactions. They are central point of focus in the different energy transfer reactions, especially the metabolism of glucose, metabolism of fats and alcohol. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide is similar to the riboflavin coenzyme in that it carries the hydrogen during the metabolic reactions from the TCA cycle to the electron transport chain, like the riboflavin. Riboflavin also play this function, and niacin also play this function. Take the hydrogen from the tricarboxylic acid cycle and drops into the electron transport chain. I repeat for you for a better understanding about the niacin. Niacin is a water-soluble B vitamins, is naturally present in many foods, added to some foods, and available as a dietary supplements. All body tissues absorb the niacin into its main metabolically active form, the coenzyme nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. More than 400 enzymes require the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide to catalyze the reactions in the body, which is more than for any other vitamin derived coenzyme. And it is also converted into another active form, the coenzyme nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, in all tissues except the skeletal muscles. They helps in the metabolism of glucose, fats and alcohol. As you know, niacin is unique among all the B vitamins in that the body can make it from amino acid tryptophan. Intake recommendations for niacin and other nutrients are provided in the dietary reference intakes developed by an expert committee of the Food and the Nutrition Board. The recommended dietary allowances for niacins are different for the male and the females. 1 niacin equivalent as 1 mg niacin or 60 mg of the amino acid tryptophan, which the body can convert to the niacin. Niacin RDAs for adults are based on niacin metabolite excretion data. For the children and adolescents, niacin recommended dietary allowances are based on the values on the basis of their body weight. The AI for the infants from birth to 6 months is for niacin alone. As the young infants use almost all the proteins they consume for their development and growth, it is equivalent to the mean intake of the niacin in healthy breastfed infants. Niacin equivalents, as you all know, these are the amount of the niacin present in the food, including the niacin that can theoretically be made from its precursor tryptophan present in the body. Recommended intakes are usually stated in niacin equivalent. A food containing the 1 milligram of niacin and 60 milligram of tryptophan provides the equivalent of 2 milligram of niacin or 2 niacin equivalents. The RDA40 niacin allows for this conversion and is stated in niacin equivalents. I hope you understand about the niacin equivalent, but I am going to tell you again about the niacin equivalent. Niacin equivalent is actually the amount of the niacin which is present in the food, including the niacin that can theoretically be made from its precursor tryptophan present in the food. And recommended dietary allowances for the niacin by birth to 6 months for the male is 2 milligram and for the female is 2 milligram. And by the age of 7 to 12 months, the RDA for the niacin for male is 4 mg niacin equivalent, and for female is also 4 mg niacin equivalent. And with the age of 1 to 3 years, niacin recommendation for the male and female are equal, which is 6 mg niacin equivalent. And by the age of 4 to 8 years, niacin recommendations for the male and females are also equivalent, which is 8 mg niacin equivalent. And by the age of 9 to 13 years, recommendations for niacin for male and the females are equal, which is 12 mg niacin equivalent. And by the age of 14 to 18 years, for the male, niacin recommendation is 16 mg niacin equivalent, and for the female is 14 mg niacin equivalent. And by the years of 19, throughout their life, niacin recommendation for the females are 16 mg niacin equivalent, and for the females are 14 mg niacin equivalent. Niacin is present in a wide variety of foods. Many animal-based foods such as poultry, beef and fish provide about 5 to 10 mg niacin per serving. Plant-based foods such as nuts, legumes and grains provide about 2 to 5 mg niacin per serving. In some grain products, naturally present niacin is largely bound to the polysaccharides and glycopeptides that make it only about 30% bioavailable. Many breads, cereals, and infant formulas contain the added niacin. Niacin that is added to enriched and fortified the food is in its free form and therefore highly bioavailable. Tryptophan is another food source of niacin because this amino acid, when present in amounts beyond that required for the protein synthesis, can be converted to the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, mainly in the liver. The most commonly used estimate of efficiency for tryptophan conversion to NAD is 1.6. 1 mg niacin from 60 mg tryptophan. The ratio is 1 and 60, which means that 1 mg of the niacin gives the 60 mg of the tryptophan. Turkey is an example of the food high in the tryptophan. 3 ounces portion of the turkey breast meat provides about the 180 mg tryptophan which could be equivalent to the 3 mg niacin. The efficiency of the conversion of the tryptophan to NAD varies in the different people. Chicken breast also contain the reasonable amount of niacin, which is 10.3 mg per serving. Fish also contain the reasonable amount of the niacin, which is 8.6 mg per serving. And beef also provide the low amount of the niacin, round about 5.8 mg per serving. Rice, brown rice, cooked rice provide the 5.2 mg per serving of the niacin. Peanuts, which is the nuts, also contain the 4.2 mg per serving niacin, and potato, which provide the 2.3 mg per serving of the niacin. Lentils provide 1.0 mg per serving niacin. Banana provide 0.8 mg per serving of the niacin. Yogurt, apple, chickpeas, milk, spinach, onion provide the 0.3 mg per serving of the niacin, and eggs provide the 0 mg per serving of the niacin. This graph shows the amount of the niacin present in the food. You can see here the predominance of the red colored bar. These predominance of red color bars explains why meat, poultry and fish contribute to about half the niacin most people need. Red colored bar shows the largest amount of the niacin they contain. Chicken, fishes, beefs also contain the large amount of the niacin. And brown colored bar shows the legumes, nuts and seeds. They contain also the reasonable amount of the niacin. And white color bars, you can see here shows the milk and the milk product and provide the enough amount of the niacin. And the blue colored bar shows the fruits, and you can see here foods provide the lowest amount of the niacin. And green colored bar shows the vegetable, and vegetable provides the small amount of the niacin. And you can see here also the orange colored bar shows the breads and the cereals, which you can see here bread and cereals provide the a good amount of the niacin. Niacin is less vulnerable to the losses during the preparation of the food and storage of the food than the any other water soluble vitamins. These are the heat resistant vitamins. Niacin can withstand reasonable cooking times, but like other water soluble vitamins, it will leach into the cooking water. Now you can see here B7, which is biotin. It is a water soluble B vitamin found naturally in some foods and also in supplements. Biotin plays a very important role in assisting enzymes to break down the fats, carbohydrates and protein in the food. It also helps to regulate the signals sent by the cells and activity of the genes. Biotin plays an important role in metabolism, as a coenzyme that carries the activated carbon dioxide. Biotin function is very critical in tricarboxylic acid cycle. Biotin delivers a carbon to 3 carbon pyruvate, thus replenishing the 4 carbon compound needed to combine with the acetyl CoA to keep the TCA cycle turning. 4 carbon compound, which is oxaloacetate, present in the mitochondrial matrix. These 4 carbon compounds oxaloacetate combine with the acetyl CoA to keep the TCA cycle turning. Without these oxaloacetate, TCA cycle stops, and biotin helps to replenishing these 4 carbon compounds, which is present in the mitochondrial matrix, needed to combine with the acetyl CoA to keep the TCA cycle turning. Acetyl CoA comes from the anaerobic pathway of the glucose. And the biotin coenzymes also serves crucial roles in the gluconeogenesis and fatty acid synthesis and the breakdown of the certain fatty acids and amino acids. As you all know, biotin plays important role in the gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis is the synthesis of the glucose from the non-carbohydrate sources such as amino acid or glycerol. Glycerol comes from the metabolism of the lipids. Triglycerides convert into the one molecule of the glycerol and three molecules of the fatty acid. Fatty acid does not provide the fuels, but the one molecule of the glycerol utilized to produce the fuels. And gluconeogenesis is the synthesis of the glucose from the non-carbohydrate sources such as amino acid and the glycerol. And it also plays very important role in the amino acid metabolism and synthesis of the fatty acid, and synthesis of the DNA, and assist in the different energy metabolism. These are some biotin enzymes and their functions. I am giving you some examples of biotin enzymes and their biochemical functions. For example, acetyl CoA carboxylase is an biotin enzyme and perform the basic functions in the lipid synthesis from the acetate. Another biotin enzyme is methyl malonyl CoA carboxyl transferase perform the functions in the propionic acid synthesis by the rumen bacteria. Another example of the biotin enzymes is propionyl CoA carboxylase. This biotin enzyme is very important in the conversion of amino acid and propionate to glucose in the liver. And another biotin enzyme is pyruvate carboxylase. This pyruvate carboxylase is very important in the liver gluconeogenesis. And another biotin enzyme is 3-methyl crotonyl CoA carboxylase, which is very important in the leucine catabolism. There are some benefits of vitamin H, and biotin is also known as vitamin H. Biotin is very important for the strengthening of the skin, hair and nail, and it is also very important for strengthening the skin's protective barrier. It also assists in our weight loss, and it also very useful in lowering the blood cholesterol. Biotin has also an other benefits for the human body. The regulate consumption of biotin from the biotin sources helps the body to reach the desired amount of biotin for its growth. And other basic importance and benefits of biotin, it helps in regulation of metabolism. If you are aware of what is biotin, then you must be aware of the fact that its regular consumption can help in regulating and improving the metabolism levels in the body. Biotin uses the fat, proteins, and carbohydrates available in the metabolism and converts them into the desired form of energy. Another health benefit of biotin, it protects the heart. One of the major vitamin B7 benefit is to protect the heart from possible problems. It has been observed that the regular consumption of biotin is an adequate quantity can stimulate the blood flow inside the heart and prevents the heart from many other common problems. Biotin helps in increasing the high density lipoproteins LDL and decreasing the low density lipoproteins, which reduces the heart risk. And another benefit of biotin, it promotes the brain function. Are you aware that vitamin H sources are also needed for the effective functioning of your brain? The brain needs the biotin for the formation of a myelin sheath. For the production of the myelin sheath, biotin is very important for the brain, and the accurate amount or required amount of the biotin necessary for the brain to the formation of the myelin sheath. One of the fatty substances which are needed for protecting the brain from the different various problems. It also helps in regulating the formal functioning, normal functioning of the brain. Another benefit of the uh, regular intake of the biotin is its boost immunity power. Foods high in biotin are needed for the desired generation of white blood cells, which are seen linked to boosting the immunity of the human body. This is also one of the vitamin B7 biotin benefits that are needed by your body. The deficiency in the biotin level is seen associated with the various immunity system risks and problem. It also biotin also helpful in reducing the blood sugar levels and controls the individual's diabetes. Biotin helps in reducing the blood sugar level by in such a way that it increasing the production of insulin in the body, and also by enhancing the glucose level in the body. Vitamin B7 is known to be quite effective in controlling the type 2 diabetes, which is also known as non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Biotin is also helpful in pregnancy and breastfeeding. Vitamin B7 plays a vital role during the pregnancy as well as during the breastfeeding time. The regular consumption of vitamin B7 foods bring their best benefits regarding the pregnancy as well as when you are breastfeeding your newborn. In the case, it is not just you who is getting the benefits of biotin, but your baby too gets the desired benefits of the biotin. Both the mother and her newborn gets the desired benefits of using the biotin. Biotin also suppresses the inflammation and alleviates the allergic disorders. It can be used against inflammation and allergic diseases. It is one of the best and the most popular vitamin B7 benefits for the body. The anti-inflammatory and anti-allergic properties of the biotin minimizes the various problems and issues related to the inflammation. It also prevents the reoccurrence of the allergies and inflammation by targeting the root causes of the problem with its diverse and with its versatile benefits. It also repairs the tissues and muscles. Biotin not only removes the various health problems from the root, but also helps in repairing the different affected tissues and muscles so that they can perform their desired functions again and again. The antibacterial and anti-inflammatory as well as anti-allergic properties of the biotin helps in preventing the growth of problems in the tissues and muscles and make them repaired within no time. Biotin treats multiple sclerosis with the help of its anti-inflammatory and antibacterial problems. Vitamin B7 brings the expected benefits against the problems of sclerosis in the body. This is also one of the benefits that health experts suggest to their various patients. Biotin aids in weight loss. Have you heard about the news that biotin benefits weight loss? Yes or no? If yes, it is true that biotin is one of those ingredients that can enhance the weight loss process and can provide you with the desired results within no time. So all those people who are looking for that perfect solution for losing their extra kilos, they can try the vitamin B7. It must be helpful for their weight loss journey. And biotin is also very helpful in maintains the healthy skin, nails, and healthy hair. If you are struggling with the various skin problems and weak nails, then you should increase your vitamin B7 intake. Biotin supports the production of the fatty acids that nourish the skin and help the oil glands function properly. Biotin stimulates the keratin production in the hair. Keratinocytes are present in the first uppermost layer of the body, which is known as the epidermis. Keratinocytes are present in the epidermis, which produce the continuously keratin. And biotin stimulates the keratin production in the hair and can increase the rate of the follicle growth. With a regular intake of vitamin B7, you can support the health of your hair, strengthen the hair, and add shine to it. Biotin also helps in preventing various health problems like hair loss, dandruff, and scalp itching. The National Institutes of Health recommended a biotin intake of 5 to 10 microgram per day for infants, and recommend the biotin recommendations for children is 10 to 30 microgram per day, and for adult biotin recommendation is 30 microgram per day, and for the pregnant women and the lactating women recommendations of the vitamin B7 is 30 to 35 microgram per day. This is a total biotin intake that includes all sources of the biotin such as common foods and cooking ingredients. Biotin is absorbed from most foods by the microflora of the large intestine. Most people produces the sufficient amount of the biotin via their digestive system to avoid any need for biotin supplements, meaning there is no essential minimum dose of the biotin, only recommended doses. Because of this, biotin supplementation is usually only necessary if you have been diagnosed with a biotin deficiency, or if your diet does not provide an adequate intake of biotin. It's common and normal to take a small daily dose of biotin to prevent the biotin deficiency and potentially promote the hair health. Biotin is generally a safe and effective supplement with few side effects of biotin reported even with very high doses and very high intake of the biotin supplements. It's generally best not to take the too much biotin. Taking too much biotin may reduce the accuracy of certain blood tests, or unless you have prescribed biotin at a certain dose by your doctor. It's best to stick to the recommended daily dose listed on your biotin supplements. Now we look at site on biotin rich foods. Which type of the foods contain the high amount of the biotin? Vitamin H, also known as biotin and B7, is considered quite essential for the healthy growth of the entire body. It is imperative to supply your body with the right amount of biotin through your diet and your supplements. Oral supplements might not be optimal as nutritional absorption from oral pills is small and further affected by a number of different certain factors such as age, lifestyle, and underlying many health problems. We recommended the regular supplementation of the biotin with the intravenous IV therapy that levels the nutrients right into your bloodstream for the maximum absorption and immediate bioavailability of the biotin. Here are some of the biotin food sources which I am going to tell you, and amount of the biotin that those food sources contained in them. First of all, I am discussing with you is the liver. It contains about 30.8 microgram of biotin. It also includes a very high amount of the protein along with the folate, which helps in strengthening the body muscles along with the various other desired benefits for the entire human body. Liver contain about 30.8 microgram of the biotin. And another food item is egg. One whole egg provide about 10 microgram of biotin, which can act as the entire food. They complete the desired amount of protein in the body along with the amount of the biotin. Vitamin A, vitamin D, and zinc are some of the other nutrients present in eggs, and different type of the protein which is ovidin is also present in the eggs. And other food item is salmon, which is a type of fish. It contains around about 5 micro gram of the biotin. It is the best and the least contaminated sources of biotin. It also provides the omega 3 fatty acid to the body, which enhances the overall and optimal body growth. And other food item is sweet potato. They have 2.4 microgram of the biotin in them. They also contain the popular antioxidant called the beta carotene, which is known for its amazing benefits for the skin. Beta carotene is the precursor of the vitamin A, and beta carotene having the vitamin A activity. Almonds also contain the vitamin B7. It provides the proteins and healthy fats, which promotes the weight loss and boost the brain health. And another food is cauliflower. Cauliflower with immense amounts of vitamins B7. It also contains the vitamin C and vitamin K. Enhances the collagen protection. Vitamin C is very important for the synthesis of the collagen protection in the presence of the amino acid proline. And vitamin C converts the proline into the hydroxyproline and detoxify the systems. Vitamin C, it also contains the vitamin C and vitamin K and a reasonable amount of the vitamin B7. Another food item is cheese. Cheese are great and very good source of vitamin B7. It also contains the proteins and gives the reasonable amount of calcium, which promotes the bone health and improve the skin tone. Another food item is mushrooms. Mushrooms provided the vitamin B7 and some antioxidants, boost the immune system and slow down the aging. And another is the sweet potatoes, which is a reasonable and provide the enough amount of the vitamin B7 and antioxidants. And antioxidant which is present in the sweet potatoes promotes the hair growth and supports the healthy weight.